grew up in poverty, disconnected from her cultural roots. Both of her parents had ties to the indigenous communities, but they didn't practice their culture and wanted nothing to do with it. She lost her parents when she was young. Before the age of 30, she had no parents. She eventually lost both of her sisters. 20 years ago, she attempted suicide and wanted to end her life. At that time, she was dating somebody who had been in the prison systems, and he advised her to go and seek out a traditional knowledge keeper, an elder. He explained to her that he saw one in jail, and there was this indigenous-based program in jail that really helped him, and so he told her to seek out that knowledge. So that's exactly what she did, and she went to the First Nations house at the University of Toronto because she was a student there. Was then directed to Council Fire, where she met an elder, and that's when her journey began. The access to his knowledge and ceremony really helped her. There's been a significant amount of loss in her family, but her journey, her healing journey, that connection to the spirit world is very important for her, as that's where most of her family is. Grounding herself in culture and ceremony gives her an understanding and a connection to her loved ones that have passed. This provides her with balance and comfort. And this fills the void of loneliness and emptiness that one can feel when they lose a loved one. She's experienced racism, lateral violence, misogyny. As a woman with power, it's been a struggle for her. And to deal with that, she goes back to ceremony, goes back to her ways. She's never lost sight of who she is and where she's come from. She knew from a very young age that she had a role to play. And today she's an auntie in the community and an auntie to so many. But it was through her lived experience that she regained this power, because it wasn't always like that. She talks about spirit as everywhere. Spirit's everywhere. It's in the water, it's in the air, it's in the fire, in the earth, and it's all around us. Spirit shows itself to you in different ways. She explains the spiritual experiences as seeing lights around people, or seeing little white lights in sweat lodges, flashes of light. All of those experiences have helped build her connection. It's a combination of all of these things. Working closely with a elder for 20 years gave her the opportunity to learn so much knowledge. And she's passed on that knowledge to the next generation and talks about how important the work that she does, because it's going to make the next generation stronger and happier and healthier. Sickness begins with spirit. Spirit injury, she describes it as injury over time. She talked a lot about trauma living in our memory, but also our knowledge. She speaks about going to places that she's never been to, but feeling like she's been there before. Feeling that connection to our ancestors through their trauma, through their experiences, is something that's very real for her. Throughout her journey, learning all of the things that she's learned and experiencing spirit in so many different ways. She's now in a position where she can say that she's doing the work and her ancestors are happy. They're taking care of her. Feeding our spirits is important. Nurturing our spirits, that's how we take care of it. Making a conscious effort every day to do something for your spirit, whether it be offering tobacco or going to ceremony or doing a sweat or smudging, the way you walk, as in, the red road that Bematsumin, it's that acknowledgement that builds that connection. Creating new understanding with our good mind to do things that feed her spirit. That's what she said she learned over 20 years. It's very important to feed your spirit. It's just like every day, we need to feed ourselves good food, to have a healthy body. We need to feed our spirits to have a bright spirit. So I want to give thanks to NIBI, MANIDOO, Kwe for the teachings, for sharing your story. Miigwech. Nahau.